Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I had this whole idea. It was gonna be the skit was gonna be even longer. Matter of fact, I don't even think this was gonna be today's video. I think today's video was gonna be a skit. It got from underneath me. I'm sorry. What is up, guys? It is your boy Snook coming at you with our daily upload. This is going to be daily. I don't know how long I can keep this up. I'm feeling my youthfulness coming back to me. I don't feel my flame going away yet. I still got it. Today we will be reacting to Snook. I don't think I ever watched Snook on the channel. It's more like a comfort YouTuber. I get my food, get my little drink. Hey. Yes, I don't know about y'all. I cannot, and I mean not, really enjoy a video how it's supposed to be enjoyed if I don't have beverage and food. I need beverage and food. The title for today's video is Disturbing True Crime Cases. With that being said, grab your popcorn, grab your soda, and let's get right into it.
Some places hide darkness behind the most ordinary faces, ordinary homes, and ordinary towns. What if the person you trusted most was the one you should have feared the most? From a respected police officer who became the devil in the Ozarks, to a mother
the Ozarks
who
is in the
her
middle of the East
to a grandmother who buried her tenants in her backyard.
I think I heard about her case before, actually.
They feel almost like horror movies. If you like videos like these,
Snook.
please like the video.
Everybody go show some love to Snook.
And turn on notifications. It helps more than you know. And today, we're diving deep into some of the most disturbing true crime cases ever recorded. Let's begin.
All right, let's get started.
Grant Hardin, the devil.
Oh, we're starting with the Ozarks.
The Ozarks are a forested mountain region spanning 4 states.
Go watch
Missouri,
Ozark, it's tough.
Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Known for their rolling hills, shimmering lakes, and small towns, the Ozarks are well regarded as one of the most beautiful places in the United States. It also hosts some of America's deadliest animals: bears, mountain lions, copperhead snakes. But for the residents of Benton County, Arkansas, these were distant dangers, easily avoided. If you stuck to the main roads, you'd rarely encounter wildlife, at least none that could kill you. Little did they know, a predator stalked the back roads of Benton County for over 2 decades, and no one noticed, because this predator was hiding in plain sight. On a cold Sunday morning in November of 1997, 27-year-old schoolteacher Amy Harrison walked through the open doors of Frank Tillery Elementary in Rogers, Arkansas. In the school cafeteria, 250 worshipers were having their weekly service, but Amy wasn't there to pray. She had come in early to create a lesson plan for the week ahead. Once she'd gotten some work done, she headed down the hall to the teacher's lounge. Inside, a masked gunman was waiting. He wore a stocking pulled over his face and dark.
He was just chilling in the school?
He levels a pistol at her head and orders her into a more secluded room, the bathroom. He then proceeded to brutally assault her. How long it lasted is unknown. What we do know is that after this assault in the bathroom, he dragged her to another part of the school to assault her again, and afterwards, he fled. Police were called to investigate, but there was little to be done. Whoever this perpetrator was, he knew what the police would be looking for, and he made sure they wouldn't find it.
I mean,
investigators created a police sketch in the hopes that someone would recognize the vague features of the masked man and collected a DNA sample. But with no other clues, their only course was to wait and hope that someone would come forward. Shortly after, the case went cold. Until nearly 2 decades later, when the masked man would strike again. February 23rd, 2017.
Bro, is it
County, Arkansas.
Doing this in 2017?
James Appleton, a 59-year-old water department employee and volunteer firefighter, was pulled over onto Gan Ridge Road between Garfield and P Ridge, taking a phone call from his brother-in-law. According to the closest to James, he was a pillar in his small community, the type of man you couldn't say anything negative about, a loving father, grandfather, and husband. He was, by all accounts, universally liked and respected among his peers. But unfortunately for James Appleton, his fate was already sealed.
Dude, that's
Local
so
resident
sad,
John
bro.
Bray was driving down Gan Ridge Road when he reported hearing a loud bang. He turned his car around and discovered Appleton sitting in his pickup truck, slumped over the steering wheel. By the time paramedics arrived, Appleton was already gone, killed instantly by a single gunshot wound to the head. Witnesses reported seeing a white Dodge Charger leaving the area at the time of the shooting, and investigators worked quickly to identify the car, checking traffic cameras and home surveillance systems in the days
That's a
that
hot
followed
car,
the crime.
too.
After gathering the evidence, police came to a startling conclusion. They knew the killer. Born in 1968 in Bentonville, Arkansas, Grant Douglas Hardin seemed like your everyday kid. He was a student leader in his church, a member of the National Honor Society, and a star pupil in ROTC.
Bro,
He
these
played
be the
basketball,
ones, boy. I'm
went
telling
hunting,
you. These
lifted
be the
weights after
ones.
school. One teacher described him as an honest Christian boy with all the qualities of a good police officer. The kind of boy you'd expect to be wearing a badge one day. But there was something off about Grant Hardin. Once he got a police badge, he couldn't seem
Look
to
at this dude.
hide his true colors. Hardin was
He
hopping between
looked like
police
he on
departments
devious
all
time.
across Benton County, Fayetteville, Huntsville, and Eureka Springs. With each new district, a new flurry of complaints would quietly roll in. Excessive force used, angry and unprofessional, poor performance reviews. Behind the scenes, he was fighting with his supervisors, lying on incident reports. He couldn't take criticism. He was constantly lashing out. But the Benton County Police Department kept him on the payroll and
Hey, real quick. Hey, let's just. I haven't paused in a while. I just been kind of letting it play. I just want to give my 2 cents on this. That has to be the most terrifying thing almost in the world. A cop with a bad attitude, or just like, daddy issues, angry kid, wants to get his revenge because he's been getting bullied his whole. These are some of the most dangerous people. They can do this legally. You can. I don't think you understand. All they gotta say is you're reaching, or you're. They use the right keywords. They can take your life and plead it differently in court. No, these people cannot be in these positions. To this day, I don't understand the defund the police now. I ain't gonna lie. Your house get broken into. Who's the first people you calling? You gonna call Captain America? You're calling the police. All right. So with that being said, don't defund the police, but you better make them go through some more training.
behavior a secret. Because of this, Hardin's unsettling behavior never reached the public conscience, and in 2009, he was elected constable, and later, police chief, a job he resigned
Oh my
from
gosh.
months later.
He became the
leaving
chief
under odd circumstances.
with all them
It was Grant
complaints.
Hardin's vehicle they'd seen on the traffic footage. After obtaining a search warrant for his home, they discovered even more evidence, including the murder weapon. There was no question, Grant Hardin was the killer. Police obtained an arrest warrant for Grant Hardin on suspicion of first-degree murder. Grant Hardin reportedly had one last dinner with his family on the night before his arrest. His wife and daughter, 2 more victims of the terrible crime he had committed. The next day, officers located Hardin and took him into custody without incident. He was read his rights and transported to the county jail to await formal charges. Upon arrival at central booking, police took a DNA sample from Hardin, and when they ran it against their database, they had a match, and the result was shocking. Almost 2 decades earlier, Grant Hardin was the unknown perpetrator who had snuck into Frank Tillery Elementary School and assaulted school teacher Amy Harrison. After 20 long years, they had found their man. The murder of James Appleton and the brutalizing of Amy Harrison painted a clear
Watch him
picture
get a slap on the
for
wrist.
prosecutors.
Watch him get a slap
The
on the wrist.
man, the persona they all knew, was a carefully crafted deception made to disguise the dark underbelly of a dangerous
Nah,
man
I don't believe. I
A
gotta hear what they
monster.
give him.
who would finally face justice. In October of 2017, Grant Hardin pled guilty to first-degree murder for the killing of James Appleton. When asked at trial why he had committed these heinous crimes, he gave no reasoning, instead choosing to apologize, saying, "I don't know how to say it, but I'm sorry." Amy Harrison, who had the opportunity to address him in court, said, "I'm not a victim. I didn't deserve this.
All right.
This was you, and you deserve to go to prison." Grant Hardin was sentenced to a combined 80 years in prison, with 10 years suspended due to a plea agreement, with the possibility of parole after 21 years served. Hardin was transferred to North Central Unit Prison in Calico Rock.
This man murdered somebody.
At the age of 52, he would spend the rest of his days behind bars. And for Amy Harrison and James
I get
Appleton,
it, but what if he really
would finally receive justice? Until
did they though?
6 years later, when the unthinkable happened.
What happened? What happened?
Grant Hardin escaped.
What?
And policemen frantically
This
tried
big
to locate
Pillsbury
Hardin in and around the prison, but to no avail. He had simply vanished.
He waddled out of
This
prison?
happened. How was Hardin able to escape custody? Shortly thereafter, they got their answer. Working on a kitchen loading dock, Hardin used a marker to dye his shirt black and an old soup can to fashion a crude police badge. With this makeshift disguise, he made his way to an unlocked gate just beyond the loading dock and disappeared into the Ozarks. Law enforcement mobilized on a massive scale. Hundreds of officers began this massive manhunt.
He in the
On
woods.
the ground, K9 units swept the woods,
no, no.
while patrol cars scoured city streets.
K9's different.
Roadblocks choked the highways leading in and out of the county. Helicopters flew low, day and night, scouring the woods for any sign of Grant Hardin. Authorities quickly put up wanted posters and issued a warning to the
This
public.
man really went on.
Lock your doors and your vehicles. Supervise your children or keep them inside. Report anything out of place and maintain caution. Across Arkansas, the story broke like wildfire and panic spread to neighboring counties. Reporters referred to him as the devil in the Ozarks. Beneath every headline, there was one sentiment that persisted. Grant Hardin wasn't free. He was loose, and no one would be safe until he was captured. With every day that passed, the worry of Arkansas citizens turned to unadulterated fear.
Why
They
does
urged
kind
their
of
officials to do more.
kinda
And
gripping.
The FBI and U.S. Border Patrol joined the search. Still,
nope?
there was no
What
sign
is this
of
dude?
Hardin.
He in a cave
Stone
or
County
something?
Sheriff Brandon Long, in an interview with reporters, stated, "I am very scared that this guy is going to hurt or kill somebody before this is over with." Then, just 2 weeks after the search began, K9 units picked up Hardin's
Didn't I say it?
1.5
Didn't I say
miles
it?
northwest
Didn't
of the
I say it?
prison,
The K9s was gonna be the one to
deep in
catch
forest
him.
of Calico Rock. They fanned out, rifles at the ready, and marched into the woods. At approximately 3 p.m., officers spotted Hardin hiding in the brush. They raised their guns and demanded he surrendered. Hardin, seeing the massive force, made a lazy attempt at fleeing, but with the pressure on, it was no use. He stopped running, and police closed in. Fingerprint analysis confirmed his identity, and he was retaken into custody. After Hardin's escape, the Arkansas Department of Corrections carried out an internal investigation, uncovering serious security failures, including his misclassification and insufficient supervision. As a result, 2 prison staff members were dismissed, and tighter security protocols were put into place. Local authorities reported that Amy Harrison, Hardin's first victim, was appalled, concerned, and disappointed by the incompetence of the prison officials who allowed Hardin to escape.
I would
As
be
of today,
too, yeah.
Grant Hardin is charged with escape under Arkansas state law. He has pleaded not guilty, and the trial is scheduled for November of 2025. Whatever the outcome of the
Next
case,
month.
the people of
Next
Arkansas
month.
rest easy knowing
Wrap
that
it
the
up.
devil of the Ozarks will never terrorize their roads, ever again.
Ugh. Look at that piece of garbage.
Giaga
Don't get mad. Chill. There's a reason I'm ending it early. One, I'm going to leave it in the description. There's like 20 more minutes left. Go watch it. Support Snook. All right. Definitely going to be doing more. I might do a double upload. Don't hold me to it, but I genuinely, seriously, I might. I'm going to try. All right. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.